Thank you very much. We just launched the GCC AI report by BCG. This is a comprehensive report that looks across economies across the world, across multiple dimensions, both from ambition, from the focus area, from their ecosystem, including the research, development, innovation, but also the deployment angle. The UAE is one of the global AI contenders in this report. They rank very highly on the global stage and also co-lead on the MENA region's ambition on AI, but also the way they're deploying this. As we look into the deployment of AI at wider scale, there is a bigger risk about ensuring equitable access and democratizing access to AI across countries and across regions. This is specifically coming from the fact that within AI, we've seen a more concentration of power, a concentration of value, and a handful of companies that we are seeing today, the technology giants, but also in a handful of countries. The US, China, and a number of others control around 70 to 80% of the key ingredients for success, which are ideas, talent, and capital. We've seen that both in the IP registrations, we've seen that in the unicorns and the inflow of talent. So there's immediate action that needs to be taken around making sure that there is broader participation from the different components and the different players in the system so that we can have a more inclusive and broaden the access of AI for the future. I think as we look technically into the different components of the stack, both from infrastructure, from models, and also from application, there needs to be specific actions that we can take, both from the government and the private sector, to ensure this equitable access. So specifically on the infrastructure, having public and also private clouds that are also accessible for underprivileged people at lower cost to reduce the cost of innovation and reduce the cost of training models and accessibility to infrastructure, which is the fuel of the AI economy. Also from the models and platform side, having more open models, specifically around healthcare data, education, government services, and others, is crucial to be able to allow the researchers, the innovators, and also the companies to be able to absorb and to use their development toolkits on top of those models so that they can be accessible for the public services. And lastly, I would say on the business and application layer, creating services at the government level that are have a specific interface that is standardized, we call it APIs, allows this to seamlessly integrate and hence allows people to be able to plug in into a bigger system and be able to use the services more streamlined, for whether it's for private sector, also with the government. Absolutely. I think in the UAE, the very interesting aspect that you're seeing is that there's a move from ideation and ambition into actual deployment. And this is not only happening in silos, this is happening as a whole of a government approach. So the entire of UAE government is articulating very ambitious and very pragmatic targets when it comes to the ambition for the national level. This is also cascaded into specific programs such as the Dubai Future Accelerators, for example, that look into accelerating AI in specific areas. But on top of that, there is a very strong focus on deploying AI at scale. And this is going to be one of the primary targets for the market in the next couple of years.